All right, guys, welcome all. Today, look, just give me a second. Okay, we should be good to go. If there's any echo, please just let me know. Um, Today we have a great topic, and I believe we have great guests who will be providing more insight, especially in the sense that the smart contract security, perhaps a little bit information about best security practices, and hopefully how we can, use the products of Hacken and Hacken Proof, what they're building over there, and how it affects us, and overall talking about security in Web3 space. Now, I believe we have Dmytro Matviiv with us.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I'm here. Thanks.
All right, that's awesome. Thanks a lot for joining our second episode of the Omchain Talks. I believe we are right now waiting Alex to join us as well. I can see him. All right, let me just see here.
Yeah, it's here. I see. Just probably requesting speaker
Yep.
mode.
Okay, wait a minute. I'll just. Yeah, he had requested, and somehow I can't. Yeah, I don't know why, but I can't invite him for some reason.
Alex, can you try one more time to
Yeah,
send
he sent
request?
the request, but perhaps it's about the privacy request. If he cancels, maybe I can send him myself. Let me just. Nope, I can't. I can't. Nope. Let me just. Wait a minute.
He is, as always, too secure. Alex, you have to set less your security for Twitter, definitely.
Okay, I believe I have sent him the request right now. If he can see it. Yep. Welcome, Alex.
I'm here. It's
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Sweet.
Too much security. Sorry about it.
Nah, that's fine. Welcome, guys. So before we start today's talk, I believe it's better for everyone that they get to know more about you guys. Alex, Dmytro, which one of you guys would like to start first?
I believe Alex. Alex is the first one.
Okay,
All right.
let me. Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Alex. I'm from Hacken Proof. In Hacken Proof, I'm head of triage team. It's what mean triage? Maybe somebody don't know. It's when we're sorting the reports, reviewing it, and checking for that they are valid. Trying to reproduce issues and confirming the security level, score about every issues and confirming a bounty. So yeah, in Hacken Proof is a back bounty platform for Web3 project. Dmytro would like to tell more about Hacken Proof. I hope so. So let's try.
All right.
Dmytro.
Yeah, let me introduce myself as well. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you. And thank you for letting be us here. So first of all, I'm product owner of Hacken Proof. We build in community, we build in platform. And yes, we do triage for projects. Hacken Proof itself started 5 years ago as a bug bounty platform. I believe everyone know, but let me just clarify. The bug bounty, it's a possibility for good independent researchers, engineers, developers find vulnerabilities in smart contracts, in Web 2, in Web 3, in tokens, so any direction that might be on the platform, and get paid for valid $1. Usually, each platform has specific methodology that determine what level of severity it is, what level of issue is, and etc. So we actually building the platform, and at this moment we are number one platform for crypto exchanges. At this moment we have more than 30 cryptocurrencies projects like KuCoin, Avalanche, Gate.io, FTX. I'm sorry, Avalanche is not there. FTX, OKX, and more. And also we have protocols, we have smart contracts, and etc. Thanks.
Yeah, actually, we helping to crypto project become more secure, of course, and helping with their security. Yeah.
Yeah, and just a little bit about Alex's team. So we started triaged all the reports from the beginning. At this moment, we have more than 7,000 triaged reports. Basically, I don't know even how many reports we triage every day. It's questions to Alex. But what I'm trying to say that with crypto exchanges, those reports actually dozens. Because for smart contracts, for protocols, it's things that might happen rarely, and probably it's not so a hard job. But for crypto exchanges, who actually has mobile application, website application, and etc., issue actually become everyday dozens.
Okay, so great thing you guys have just mentioned, because like from my point of view, let me start with this one. Like the smart contracts actually have a maximum contract size, at least on the Ethereum network or the latest version the other EVMs are utilizing. So I'm trying to understand, like, the maximum length of smart code I've seen is probably like 4,000 lines, maybe 5,000 if you can fit the functions there. So all in all, at the end, the smart contracts are very basic pieces of program. Like, I don't want to call them like full program, because like, because of the gas limits and the functionality limits. They're like, yeah, of course, proxy patterns that you can deploy multiple contracts, and then like they can be interacting with each other. But at the end, they're like very basic pieces of programs, let's say. So I'm trying to understand, like, how can they be so vulnerable? Because what I am seeing is the EVM's opcodes are perfectly fine. The functions like visibility scopes and everything is fine. But from all the smart contract hacks I have seen, it was always the fault of the developer. So what do you guys think? Like, why do you think we are seeing a lot of smart contract hacks, especially with the bridges and some DeFi protocols? What do you think is the reason? Because like in my mind, I can't how do I say, come up with a reason. There is, like, let's say $50 million locked in a smart contract, then it shouldn't be too hard to get a smart contract audit. So do you guys think that it's on the developer side, or there are, like, things that can't be shown on the audits? And what exactly
Clear.
are you guys checking on the audits?
I got it. So first of all, just to clarify, at this moment for crypto world, there is specific trend for each product. Each product try to get smart contracts audit. They try to find pen test if they have something extra, and they actually do bug bounty well. So, but still, even projects get audited that actually lose money, and you can find that even companies like Aurora and other, they set up millions for finding vulnerabilities, and actually they paid already for that because hackers find. And I believe Alex can tell more about why these hacks happened, and after that I will add extra things here.
Yeah, actually, smart contracts are not really smart, All of them are built by people, and people make mistakes. So it's a normal process to have an audit. But as we see last time, many projects even not do quality assurance for the code. Our smart contract audit team can said you that many projects come to us with their code which have logical issues, not always like vulnerabilities that can lead to money losses, but with very stupid issues. And we don't know the reason. Maybe it's faster or why, but people make mistakes. So that's our job to audit their contracts. Also, we propose the company to have 2 or more audits, because audit is a very hard job. You need to find problems in code which made by other peoples, and it's really hard to looking at these lines every day, every night, every hour. So, so yeah.
I just want to add one thing here. If I'm wrong, please correct me, guys. But from my point of view, when an audit is done by a company or like a single or a team of people who constantly try to audit smart contracts, the sorry about that. The process usually starts with the project applying to a company or like a team, and then they provide some information about their smart contract. And if the smart contract has comments, that's good. But often what I am seeing is like often it's hard for the auditing team to understand the financial functions or like the motivation or like the logic, the logic of the smart contract. So when you look at the smart contract, it might be compiling perfectly. There might be no underflow of overflow of errors. There might be no declaration errors and nothing. But actually, there's a problem in financial functions or the logic of the contract. And often I am seeing it's not checked by the audit companies because like no one has time to how do I say create all the scenarios, because if you think about it, there are like maybe million scenarios, maybe trillion scenarios, depending on the code. So, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that in the near future, bug bounty programs are going to be, providing more security because it's not just a team of people, but like a lot of different people from all around the world and who just, like to do this job. And perhaps maybe it's not their daily job. It's not something that they usually do, but like, they spend their free time trying to hunt bugs. Because often I am seeing that individuals who are participating in such bug bounty programs are, better at finding logical errors. So, what do you guys think about that? Is it the
Yeah,
case? Am I wrong? I don't know.
yeah. Let me just give a little bit extra point about previous questions. So, my opinion about what happened with smart contracts is that this is still a new technology. Actually, never before doing these things, and this is not just one technology. It's about like even in our company we also do smart contracts audit, and we handled more than 900 projects. Yeah, so we work with largest companies as well. So, but the main point here is that companies who not so big, they just try to find budget less budget for auditing, and companies sometimes even and actually this is a good question of why they actually need those audit. Are they trying to save money of end users? Are they worried about the reputation, or it's a matter of investors? And sometimes it's a matter of investors, and the budget is not so big for everything like audit, and they try to find companies who actually can provide this, some kind of label that audit made, and that's all. And that's the reason, because company who actually has less budgets, I don't trying to say that they have like bad developers or auditors. No, it's not that case, but it's more about experience. If you have lots of experience, let's just imagine you driving a car. If you drive a car lots of years, you know everything, especially if you drive car in your region, in your city, you know city very well. And this is the same with the technology. If you audited specific technology or smart contracts for many times, for you, as you said, it's very reasonable that you understand the whole architecture. Yes, it could be also a matter of storing something like keys or access to something, but it's more about architecture. It's more about experience. And companies who actually was bricked by not so good hackers, they actually do 3, 4, 5 audits, and this is true. You can go to any who was like who actually lost money. They made 3 audits by different companies, and this is the same. So audit, you said, it's actually some kind of approach, and this approach has to be done by specific professionals, and these professionals actually also has to have experience. So, and this is the new technology. So as I see at this moment, this is some kind of balance which try to find companies who actually build those smart contracts, companies who audit, and in the middle of this balance, uh, actually some things happened, and this is what we see at this moment. Thanks.
So, like, one thing that you said was interesting to me because right now I am also seeing the same. Like, we also have a token project, and I've worked along with different other projects, and what I am seeing is that getting an audit is mostly because just to make the investors happy.
Yes.
And the thing I believe is I believe this is wrong because what I have seen from the especially from the Luna and UST crisis is that investors are actually not interested or like they don't understand the architecture behind the smart contract. Often the average users don't know how the smart contract is functioning. What is the mathematics behind it and what is the logic behind the smart contract. But it became so that whenever a smart contract project has some label, just like you have said, the investors are thinking that it's actually, how do I say, fault proof. In fact, it should be the other way around. I believe maybe not the smart contract audits, but there could be something, not a programmatic audit, or maybe some logical audit, or maybe some other, how do I say, field where users are, told about the risks of that smart contract, how the protocol behaves, and especially other risks associated by the front end implemented. Because sometimes I am seeing some smart contracts that are actually taking data from the front end, and with some JavaScript hacking or some breach from the server, then the smart contract loses its all security features, and people could be how do I say, scammed or like lose their money. I believe something similar happened with the recent Solana hack, especially on the wallet. So I believe the mindset of the investors should change. Otherwise, it's like some label that you have. It doesn't mean that the product is secure. It means that it was audited by professionals. And one thing that I can't understand is like $50 million is locked in a smart contract, but the projects are, how do I say, not willing to spend like a few $1,000s to get some good audit from an experienced company or like professionals. So
Yeah.
this is like not something I can't understand. Like, let me just finish. Like, it's like you have a jewelry store, you are selling golden necklaces, there's like a lot of items in your store, and you don't hire the best security. It's I believe it's all about the motivation.
Yes, you're
Uh,
totally right. And one more thing that actually I wanted to add to your point here, that you know you mentioned bug bounty hunters. At this moment, I believe the best bug bounty hunters is auditors, because it's more about experience. Auditors has experience. If we say about traditional bug bounty, we call them Web 2. And if you just implement smart contract into web, into mobile, or something like this, and have those mobile and web things, yes, lots of reports can come, because it's more about experience. It's years of work. For smart contracts, good auditors, good, what I mean good, it's actually person who actually went through those auditors approach and etc. So yeah, it's more about experience. And one of the things, do you remember a few years ago when everything happened, like every project, every token tried to get at CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and etc. So at this moment, and it's good because you can find lots of information there. This is same that has to be implemented into approaches right now, because sometimes companies who actually come and ask it about audits, they even don't have enough information about their projects. Like, you ask them, hey, can you give access to your codes? Can you give documentation, your approach, what final vision, and etc. And for them, it's some kind of game, because they try to find all this information, going everywhere, asking, and etc. But I believe this is some kind of standard, and probably this is some kind of matter for future, that the approach of each technology has to be standardized, and probably this also will change a little bit situation. Alex, what do you think?
yeah, agree. We actually pushing our clients to providing us with good documentation for their project, because most critical issues are logical issues, and for a short.
Alex, do you hear me? Or
Yeah.
it seems like I lost you.
Uh,
I believe we can
one.
hear him fine. I can hear him fine.
Oh, okay. So
Thanks. So we don't hear Alex.
uh,
I'm sorry, man, Alex. You're lost tonight.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can hear you perfectly fine.
oh, phew. I'm happy. Yeah, I was talking about that we are pushing our clients to provide us with good documentation because most critical issues are logical issues, and for a short period of smart contract audits, like a week or two or more, you can't find the time to fully understand the project, how it works, what do every functions. So good documentation is mentioned in our methodology, and if the project wants a highest score, they should provide us with documentation for their project with comments in the code and so on. Yeah, it's very important. Also, I want to add that most project, if we will open a React News leaderboard, we can see that most the biggest hacks and money losses was in unaudited project. It's very funny, like Ronin network, it wasn't audited, and they lose.
This Alex, this is like something that I can't understand. Like you have literally like I don't know 50 million,
Yeah,
100
yeah,
million dollars. Like I just cannot understand. At that point, if they just ask the community, like, "Hey guys, listen, you have $100 million locked up in the smart contract." Yeah. So we actually don't have any audit, and we need some funds to get the audit. I believe like people would be pitching like $5, $10 to just to get that audit and
yeah,
have
it's
their
very
funds
funny.
secure.
Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, and I'm fully agreed with that. Smart contract audits is not the one what you should audit, because yeah, a lot of smart contracts interacting with front end or backend servers, which also can be hacked, and your security is the security of your most weakest endpoint. Like a curve finance a few maybe week ago. Yeah, their front end was hacked, and phishing for a community, like, and smart contract audit doesn't mean anything here. So yeah, penetration testing, bug bounty, it's all because security is not a one-time action that you done with audit or pen test and you are happy and well secure. No, the security is a full-time process where you uh, changing the code, maintaining it, and so on to showing your security full time. Yeah.
So I believe the problem here in the crypto space right now is that this field, like the crypto field, is often seen like a gold mine by like anyone in the world right now. I believe, both from the company side, the investor side, developer side, project owner side, and it's actually a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. The good thing is that there are more people, willing to develop things that are going to be hopefully delivering some, valued products to our lives. But at the same time, the more funds are locked in a smart contract, the more sharks being attracted. Because like I personally, I don't do any like hacking stuff at all, just like I used to have like white hat experience. But I'm seeing that I'm not going to try to hack a smart contract that has 20,000 US dollars locked in it. But if it has $2 million locked in, then it has my attention. And if it has $200 million locked in, then I'm definitely going to be looking to find some vulnerabilities here. And I believe that's the main reason why we are right now talking about security, and why there are a lot of projects being popping up, and a lot of crypto exchanges are also popping up. But at the same time, I believe there is also one more problem. Just like Dmytro was saying, the audit should be done by professionals, and I also believe the projects or like the exchanges should be created or like operated by the professionals too. Because right now I'm seeing a lot of new crypto projects are popping up every day. I am seeing a lot of new crypto exchanges are popping up by using, some white label solutions. Yeah, it's fine that you use a white label solution, but at the same time, know that if there are like 10 other clients using that white label solution and have access to the, source code of the product, and if there is a, bug found, then your system is also automatically vulnerable. So I believe with time, hopefully there will be more professionals in that field. There will be, more experienced people in that field, and hopefully more products that are going to be pushing professionals to be participants in the system, just like the Hacken Proofs bug bounty platform. So far we have talked about the smart contract security and what things are important in terms of smart contract security. I want to now talk about more. I want to talk more about the centralized exchange on the second part of the show. So, what do you guys think is the biggest problem of the centralized exchange in terms of security? So, is it about the wallets that they are using and the custody of the assets, or is it like the authentication system, or like what are the, how do I say, most common errors or like most common bugs that you guys find when you are exploring a centralized crypto exchange?
Um, yeah,
Alex, I believe
yeah,
it's your time. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
it's my time. You can hear me? Just checking.
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, in most cases for
I'm sorry, may I ask
hacks,
you? Sorry for interrupting. Because I don't hear Alex, but I very well hear you, Osman. So, can someone else also prove that they hear Alex?
Okay, I can quickly hear Alex, but if Alex, can you try speaking up, and can people on the chat, do you guys hear Alex? If you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
can hear the Alex, please send us some emojis, send us some hearts. You can do that by tapping on the heart icon below.
waiting for your emojis.
Let Alex, can you try speaking?
I'm speaking 1, 2, 3, 4. Send emoji of a
Yeah, I
cat.
have, I
Cat.
have, I
You
have
hear me?
the yeah, I have the, yeah, I believe right now they
Oh,
can
yeah.
hear you. Yeah. I have just tried it with the other phone I have here. So Dmytro, it might be an issue with you. You
Try to
can leave and
reconnect.
come back again if you wish,
Yeah,
so I
I
can
would
give
like
you.
to. Yeah, Alex, please.
Yeah, yeah.
In most cases, when centralized exchange hacked, is like a phishing attacks. It's not an issue in technology stack or something, because centralized exchanges have a better security than decentralized. It's not so young industry. It's Web 2, which are running bug bounty a lot, have a lot of engineers in it. So yeah, but people are people, so they are opening phishing emails and losing their private keys. Yeah, but
Okay,
it's
this is
about
also
hacks. Yeah.
Alex. I just want to say something here. Like, you know how they say, like, if an offer is too good to be true, it is often not true. It's like I am still receiving mails from some, Nigerian prince who wants me to claim their $150 million because they lost somewhere in the country or something. Like, I
Did,
just cannot
did,
understand, how people can like click those phishing links, or like is it do you think, is it because like people don't care about the emails, or like people don't care about their money, or do you think it's that people don't think that it's possible to be fished on the web3 space? Because often I am seeing that web3 space is being advertised as you now own your data, your cryptocurrency wallet has everything, and like you're secure, the companies cannot spy on you. In fact, as a developer, I know that it doesn't mean anything. Like I am using a decentralized protocol or something, just because I clicked on connect wallet doesn't mean that they don't see any of my data. Especially it's the case with the web3 social media platforms. We all here know that data is still stored on the AWS, or like Google Cloud Platform, or any other cloud provider. So nothing actually changed, but I believe the marketing done on the web3 space is harming what we're actually trying to do and what we're actually trying to prove. Most of the people that I know who are not too into the programs, or like too into the, how do I say, crypto space, but who trade on the exchanges, thinks that Binance is a decentralized exchange, just because they say that, hey, I just bought like Bitcoin for like $200, so I am now into the decentralized space. And I am like, dude, it's not a decentralized space, it's a centralized exchange owned by a company, and like your funds are on the custody of some company. And they say, but no, I am seeing like 0.0001 Bitcoin in my wallet. That means I own them. So I believe there is a misunderstanding in that sense for the user, and I believe that's why we're seeing those phishing attacks and all sorts of things. Go on, Alex. Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah. Storing money on crypto exchanges means that money is not yours, but it's owned by crypto exchange. I think that the future of crypto exchanges is something like online banking, with a high security level but low usability level when you're transferring your funds. Not often, very slowly, and so because a lot of security, and this is better for security, but not so good for users. Yeah. About issues in crypto exchanges, if we talk about most interesting, it's always also a logical issues. The developers not thinking a lot about some special characters or calculating, and there are a lot of race conditions when the two process can move in same time, and when you withdrawing money one time, receiving two times, yeah, it's a little tech speech, but uh, always it's a logic. You should think like which mistake could make the developer, and if you think in this way, you can find a way to find an issue. Yeah.
I believe the main problem in the crypto space is that funds are too liquid, because like if you think about it, you mentioned about online banking, or like the future is open banking. Um, right now, I'm thinking about if I have like $1,000 in my bank account, and somehow someone got into my account and transferred those funds to another bank or like another account. I have the chance to report that to the bank, and the bank has full authority on the money, and then some like police, or like let me just give Dmytro the yeah. Okay, so like they have the authority over my funds, and they can track the transfer, and can find if the person has withdrawn the money from the ATM, or like the bank's branch. They can identify the person. But in crypto, we can't do that. Once an exchange, double sends the funds, there is no way that they can take it back. Or like once a user's, private key is exposed, there is no way that you can take those transactions back. And often it's easy to use tools like Tornado Cash, which was sanctioned recently by the U.S. And funds are gone. So I believe the main problem with that field is this, like the centralized crypto exchange. It's 100% Web3 application that is just listening some APIs on the, provided by Infra most often. Most of the exchanges that I know are not even, running own nodes. So the risks are still there, but they're larger because the funds are, too liquid. That's I believe that's the problem that I am seeing on the crypto space.
Yeah, sure, but in many cases we can see that after the hack, uh, the black hat send their funds to Binance or other exchanges, and the
I
wallet is marked already, and they froze these funds, and what, and that's all.
was that the Ronin Bridge exploiter who sent the funds to Crypto.com, Binance, and like FTX?
Yeah, something like
Jesus,
that.
man. I mean, like, if you steal $100 million, please just like go out, take a walk, and like think about how you're going to be. I don't want to give bad advice to people here, but like just think about what you can do with the money, and don't transfer it to finance, man. I mean, if
Yes, and
anyone
to
here is a
Binance
black
and
hat
try
hacker,
to sell it on P2P. It's real funny. And after that, even send to your bank account. It's the best way to to hide your black money. Oh gosh.
yeah, it's basically like saying, "Hey, guy, I stole the funds. That's my Bind account, and I've already provided my ID details, my address, my signature.
Yeah,
You can come to my home. I've made some pasta. You can arrest me easily. I've done finishing your meal." Jesus.
It's funny, but that is why bounty it's a good way to get rich with a actually connect your Binance account with your bank account. So yes, that is why bug hunting becomes more and more popular. And previously you talked about how everything can be changed. I believe that developers who actually store their code in GitHub, GitLab, and etc., they actually has to start hosting on a platform before going live, before, after. Because right now everyone go to bug bounty after everything is set up. They actually go in release and etc. But why not to divide into a few steps? Like same as we have like staging, development, production environments. This is the same approach. And one more things, you mentioned about private keys. I have experience previously 5 years. I've been working for a company who actually work with public key infrastructure (PKI), and we have lots of companies who actually try to encrypt, decrypt messages, group messages, peer-to-peer messages, and etc. And the biggest two issues that I actually met was first storing private key, and second is about identity provider. So when we were connecting with Firebase, who actually provides still lots of identity providers like Google, Facebook, and etc., hackers all the time find the way how to hack. And the second is more about storing private keys, because yes, you actually can install perfect application on your first smartphone, but still at the same time you can install many different application that probably has security issue or actually created for security issue, and at this moment you can lose your private keys. You can be hacked. So this is same, and as Alex said, when you work with a bank, why it's so hard for USA to get money from bank? Because you have to approve lots of operations. So probably yes. In the future, crypto exchanges will store all money like centralized, and you will get access to those money or something like this. In not so convenient way. Might be like this.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm thinking is like just going back to the first part of the speech. As I have said, right now, from the project's perspective, this field is seen like a gold mine. At least that's what I believe. So all the time, the project owners have like they want to first deploy a product and raise some funds, and then they say, oh, okay, this product is working, and then let me get the audit. I believe it's often about the budget. Like initially they don't have the budget, and when the things grow big, so they start getting audited, they start getting bug bounty programs. But sometimes it's too late to get those things done, and the smart contract is hacked. I believe the demand should be coming from the investor side. Right now, there is a demand from the investor side. Often they want to see that the smart contract is audited by a certain company or like certain companies. But I believe the demand should be exactly like that. The demand from the investor side should be, hey guys, I want to see, the smart contract audit before you start the ICO or like IEO or like the IDO. Or it should be like, hey guys, I want you to see that you have joined the bug bounty program and you have some allocation. And it doesn't have to be an allocation in terms of USDT or USDC. I believe it could be some allocation from the tokens itself. It could be introduced in the tokenomics of the project. But I believe that it should be something that should be demanded by the investors, because at the end, the project owners lose reputation after a hack, but the investors are the people who actually lose funds. So that's I believe one issue that I am seeing in this space, and one thing that should be coming from the investors. And on the other hand, for the second part, the thing that you mentioned about the storing private keys, I believe there is, how do I say, the companies are trying to fine tune the encryption that are used in the applications that we are using every day. Because I have some experience with PGP encryption. So once you use PGP encryption, I store the private key in my computer, and I encrypt the message using the public key of the recipient, and I directly send the email with the encrypted message. So there is no way that anyone else in the world can decrypt that message other than the recipient of the email. But there is a problem. If I am not like an expert in that field, I might be losing my private key. So applications like WhatsApp and or like maybe even Telegram and similar messaging applications, even though they say that your message is end-to-end encrypted, they often don't mention about where that encryption key is stored, because I can't understand how my messages are end-to-end encrypted, but when I change my phone number, all my messages appear on the second phone too, without me, transferring anything between my phones, just by downloading the app, entering my phone number, and verifying the code. So they store that private key, but often it's not communicated to the user. And I believe it is. There might be two reasons. One of them is the legal reasons. So the intelligence agencies of the companies, countries won't let you, not store the private key. And the second part is the user experience. I believe right now, and from what I am seeing, especially again going back to the Binance topic, people often care about privacy or like decentralization or like anything. They just want to use things easily, the user experience. So I believe those are the two reasons why we are still facing such issues, especially with the private key leaks.
By the way, what do you think about insurance companies? Like some of them already try to communicate with, like we also have partnership with insurance companies who actually try to somehow to give more guarantees for end users who use actually some projects in crypto. What do you think about insurance companies? Is it a way how to protect? So even like in case, yes, someone like lose money, lose something, but still there is insurance company who can actually like back this money. What do you think? Is it matter of future or no?
I mean, like, think about it personally. This is not like a opinion of my project or like my company or like anything. This is 100% my personal opinion. Um, I believe first we have to look at the thing that we are insuring. What are we going to be insuring? In order to some, let's say, smart contract, I'm specifically talking for the smart contract. In order for me to make some insurance on that smart contract, I should be first understanding exactly how the smart contract behaves, and I should be working with the professionals who will be guiding me and who will be telling me the risks associated with the smart contract. Often I find that it's unnecessary to insure the smart contracts in terms of there is a programmatic error on the smart contract, because it's something that you can see or find out by utilizing bug bounty programs, or like getting audited by different companies, or like launching perhaps some other incentives to find the bugs. On the other hand, I believe insurance for the products like, let's say, UST, where the smart contract itself is okay, there is no problem, but the economic model, I'm not saying logical model, but the economic model of the project is being tested. So if a company was there to say that, hey, I am insuring the UST spec, it is always going to be like $1. And I guarantee that, because I believe in that economic model. I have done my research, I've analyzed the field, so I am insuring that idea. Then I believe it might be some product that could be useful in the crypto space, because it will be minimizing the risk that the users are taking, especially with the DeFi protocols. Because I am seeing a lot of synthetic protocols, or like over collateralized protocols, but they also have some economical risks. If someone has a loan of, let's say, $5 million, and gets all the funds from the pool, if they don't pay it, even if you liquidate that person, you have a market crash. So there is like an economical problem there. So insurance for those things, I believe, might be products that we'll be using in the future. They're same, or like not same, but like similar insurances that we have the classical financial instruments. But other than that, just to ensure the programmatic faults in the smart contract, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that product, and I don't know from the insurance perspective. I don't know if I would be, willing to insure that, because at the end, it's a trial and error and experience thing. There might be, 100 auditors, 100 professionals have audited that product, but there might still be bugs that could be found by, some other person, some other black hat hacker. I don't know. At least that's my personal opinion. What do you think, Alex?
Actually, the UST had an insurance, but funds which should provide the that insurance for UST price disappeared somewhere. So I'm not sure about the insurance in closed future, but it must be and it will be, but I'm not sure that it will be fast and early.
I mean, maybe it could be something like, even on the traditional financial assets, you can't find insurance on every product, but there are some products that were in space for like many years, and they are either insured by the government. For example, I am from Turkey, and the bank accounts here are insured up to, I believe, like 30,000 US dollars. So if you have some money and the bank goes bankrupt or something, your funds are insured up to $30,000 per bank account. And there are some financial assets that you can use, you can buy and sell, and like you have some insurance there. So I believe there could be some of those professional, insurances, especially for the institutional investors. But to the end users, I also don't know how I feel about them. Okay, we have been already talking for around 50 minutes. I just want to ask one last thing before we finish up today's Twitter Spaces, and then we can end the talks. So I want to focus on the best practices, not the best practices, but practices that could be seen in the near future. I don't know what you guys think about them, but I just want to open them to the discussion. So what I have seen, like with the crypto hacks and from my experiences, is that often we are too focused on the idea of decentralization while forgetting why our society exists. I don't want to go into too much, philosophical things, but like, our societies exists because we can't live in a decentralized environment. We have to set some rules. We have to have some people who are governing our behaviors. We have to, forbid some things, and we have to have some insurance. This is the same with the classical financial items. This is the same with going to school. We have the universities. There are some, eligibilities to enter there, some eligibilities to get a, diploma or like certificate, and then so on. So I believe in crypto space we should focus on more about exploring functionalities in the smart contracts themselves to disable black hat hackers to drain funds from the protocols. One of such practices could be like, adding some functionalities to the smart contract, such as pausing the contract and blacklisting the addresses. I mean, often people say that it allows censorship in the blockchain, but I am thinking about like, in an ideal world, I know that we are not living in an ideal world, but like in an ideal world, I shouldn't be afraid of getting blacklisted if I am not doing anything illegal. So the person who is probably going to try to steal my funds should be more afraid of the blacklist function in the smart contract than me. I understand that there are some rug pulls and like some malicious behavior by the project owners, but especially for projects that have solid teams and like solid technical backgrounds, I believe pausing the contract and blacklisting addresses or like blacklisting some transactions should be the default security feature. At least some specification introduced to the smart contract field, because only then, if we have some problem, if we have something, then we have a chance to recover our funds. Otherwise, if the user is just sitting on the funds, or like have a separate account and shorted that token, and then quickly dump the token on the decentralized exchange, they can be making money from the centralized exchange without even touching the stolen funds by opening two separate positions. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think should be the best practices, or at least the optimum practices, if not the best, in the smart contract and centralized exchange security?
Okay, as I think that blacklisting is a good idea, yeah, for most projects, but with it we will limit the centralization, yeah. Also, who can add?
Yeah, Alex, I couldn't hear you. Maybe it's about my internet.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, yeah. As I said, that blacklisting of addresses is a good idea, but it limiting the decentralization. Like who can add addresses to this list?
Okay, so
Oh,
what do you think in a DAO controlled or like decentralized autonomous organization controlled smart contracts? Do you
yeah,
think
yeah,
DAO should have the right to blacklist the addresses if they
yeah,
reach like 50% of the votes?
yeah. DAO is a good idea. Like with last somebody's last hack on this week, about AUSD or something. When and DAO votes about burn all tokens which was stolen. It's more than 1 billion.
So I believe here the solution should not be only one party is blacklisting, but I believe smart contracts should be resembling more of our real lives, more of our societies. I personally don't believe in a fully decentralized world because if you think about it, I believe it's too utopic. And when you have the governance tokens, being available to anyone to purchase, it directly gives 100% control to whoever has the most money. So I believe 100% decentralized protocols are still prone to social risks. Let's just say that social risks. But if we can have mechanisms that are going to be representing our real life, perhaps some DAO voting, perhaps some democratic elections on the smart contracts, and who is going to be controlling the blacklist addresses or other functionalities, and then I believe we can have, and especially with some insurance added and some insurance funds for the project. And then I believe more people could be investing in cryptocurrencies or like to be introduced to DeFi products. Because right now, when I'm looking at it, the crypto market is still around 1 trillion US dollars worth, like the total market cap of the crypto assets. While in fact, the Apple, just one single company from US, has 2.6 trillion dollars market cap. So I believe we still have a long way to go, and products like Hacken Proof, the bug bounty programs, are going to let us explore what else we can do in the sense of Web3 security. All right, guys, before we finalize, I want to ask both of our co speakers about their final opinions. Dmytro, Alex, you guys have anything else to add? Anything to comment? We can listen to you one last time and then we can end tonight's talk.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Alex speaks, please.
Okay. Yeah. My last point is keep learning because we are in a very young learning.
Is it an issue with me because I cannot hear Alex?
No, it's with Alex. Yes, it's Alex.
All right.
Some issue. So as he told, yes, keep learning, and I totally agree with you that people need rules, people need some things, and actually smart contracts itself it's very good things because we understand it and we see how it can help people. So building the right projects actually can like can actually help lots of, and at this moment the same if we find good smart contracts that actually help projects, help developers, why not just to make them perfect and get more experienced people like developers or editors and etc. And at the end, just want to say that please, if you try to audit, if you try to build, you need more expertise. So come to our bug bounty platform, find those expertise, try to find bugs in different smart contracts, projects, crypto exchanges, and this actually will help you, will help us, and companies who actually has those projects. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Dmytro. Alex, you were saying?
Um, yeah, fully agreed with Dmytro. Yeah, if you're interested in cybersecurity and smart contracts security, crypto exchange security, came to us on Hacking Proof. Follow our Twitter. We will share insights with you. So waiting for for you. And thank you for everyone.
Yeah, and thank you. It's actually we actually been speaking like 1 hour, and I can speak more, but I understand like it's very interesting topics, and maybe in 1-2 years we'll have one more Twitter space or how it will call, and we can compare our speech.
Yeah, exactly. I had a lot of fun because uh, when I'm talking about Web3, when I'm talking about contracts and security, and like I get excited. I feel like a little kid in a candy store and trying to choose like all the candies, get my hands on all the candy that I am seeing. But again, it's 1 hour. I don't want to take people's time too much too. But I would love to have you guys as our guest again, or if you guys ever start some like talk show or something similar to what we're doing here. I would love to be your guest and talk about Web3 space. All right, guys. Thanks a lot
Sure.
for tonight. Whoever's tuned in, whoever listened us. We had Dmytro Matviiv, product owner of the Hacken Proof, with us. Thank you again, Dmytro. And we had Alex Horlan, head of the triage team in Hacken Proof. It was an awesome evening. It was an awesome night, guys. Thanks a lot. Their Twitter accounts are, let me give them that. If you follow the Hacken Club, it's the Hacken's official Twitter account, I believe, because it has the blue tick. And then if you can follow the Hacken Proof Twitter account, that is the Hacken Proof's own Twitter account. And you can also follow the Sir Live, Search underscore live, and Art underscore Wallet accounts. They're, I believe, all products of the Hacken Club. All right, guys. See ya.
Thank
Take
you.
care. And
Yeah,
please
thank you
don't
for
forget to
everyone.
follow Alex and Dimitri as well. These guys are building awesome products.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Bye bye.
Good night, guys. See ya.
Yeah, my last point is keep learning because we are in a very young learning.
Is it an issue with me because I cannot hear Alex?
No, it's with Alex. Yes, it's Alex.
All right.
Some issue. So as he told, yes, keep learning, and I totally agree with you that I totally agree with you that people need rules, people need some things, and actually smart contracts itself it's very good things because we understand that and we see how it can help people. So building the right projects actually can like can actually help lots of, and at this moment the same if we find good smart contracts that actually help projects, help developers, why not just to make them perfect and get more experienced people like developers or editors and etc. And at the end, just want to say that please, if you try to audit, if you try to build, you need more expertise. So come to our bug bounty platform, find those expertise, try to find bugs in different smart contracts, projects, crypto exchanges, and this actually will help you, will help us, and companies who actually has those projects. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Dmytro. Alex, you were saying?
Um, yeah, fully agreed with Dmytro. Yeah, if you're interested in cybersecurity and smart contracts security, crypto exchange security, came to us on Hacking Proof. Follow our Twitter. We will share insights with you. So waiting for you, and thank you for everyone.
Yeah, and thank you. It's actually we actually been speaking like 1 hour, and I can speak more, but I understand like it's very interesting topics, and maybe in 1-2 years we'll have one more Twitter space or how it will call, and we can compare our speech.
Yeah, exactly. I had a lot of fun because uh, when I'm talking about Web3, when I'm talking about contracts and security, and I get excited. I feel like a little kid in a candy store and trying to choose like all the candies, get my hands on all the candy that I am seeing. But again, it's 1 hour. I don't want to take people's time too much too. But I would love to have you guys as our guest again, or if you guys ever start some talk show or something similar to what we're doing here, I would love to be your guest and talk about Web3 space. All right, guys. Thanks a lot
Sure.
for tonight. Whoever's tuned in, whoever listened to us. We had Dmytro Matviiv, product owner of the Hacken Proof, with us. Thank you again, Dmytro. And we had Alex Horlan, head of the triage team in Hacken Proof. It was an awesome evening. It was an awesome night, guys. Thanks a lot. Their Twitter accounts are, let me give them that. If you follow the Hacken Club, it's the Hacken's official Twitter account, I believe, because it has the blue tick. And then if you can follow the Hacken Proof Twitter account, that is the Hacken Proof's own Twitter account. And you can also follow the Sir Live, Search underscore live, and Art underscore wallet accounts. They're, I believe, all products of the Hacken Club. All right, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Take care. And
Yeah,
please
thank you
don't
for
forget to follow Alex and Dmytro as well. These guys are building awesome products.
Thank you. Have a
thank
good
you.
night.
Bye bye.
Good night, guys. See ya.